the Diakonia podcast. They walk among you.
Hi everyone, this is again Erik from Diakonia. I'm the writer-director of the project. I want to welcome you back to another podcast. I'm sorry it's been a little bit. It's been a busy time. We were setting everything up for our second shoot, which was planned for October 28th. There's a lot of moving parts in any shoot to get done when you're doing it with no budget, which is pretty much what this is considered. I mean, we are paying out of pocket what we need to, but currently we have our donor box up and we're really hoping to raise some money because we are financing the whole thing by ourselves at the moment, and we're hoping to be able to get those resources we need to hire and pay people properly. Right now we're pulling some favors, and obviously we're not looking for any reimbursement for our equipment and my time and any kind of company time, but there is some hard resources we need, and it's difficult when you don't have the funding for that. So you have to make a lot of people's schedules match, and you got to ask for favors. And it's kind of how it works at this stage. If you don't have anybody on the outside that's willing to fund it or interested in funding it, and to be honest, that's just never been my forte. When I did The Creek, my first feature film, we took a second mortgage out on our home for that because, again, I didn't know really how. I know how to, but I don't have it in me to go out and find money and talk to people and try to get them to give me money. It's not something I'm blessed with or good at. And we did have one other investor. My parents insisted on investing in that project, which was extremely kind of them, even though I told them I didn't want them to, but it was very much appreciated that they did that. With this project, though, we're just trying to use word of mouth. We're hoping to get some local businesses involved because of the amount we are posting about it for marketing reasons. I think we really have something to offer local businesses, but a lot of that really is going to be possible when more people share and like, and that's why we're trying to get things going where we can get the community behind us. So one of those things is we have banners, and we ordered 4-foot by 6.5-foot high banners that are going to be selfie spots, and we're going to be putting them at Mancino's Pizza at the mall. We are hopefully going to have one at the Allen Theater, who I had spoken to a little bit ago, but on my list of to-do is to contact him again and see if that's still okay. And then we have one more we're going to place that we have a couple ideas for. And we want to put them in high traffic areas where hopefully people see them. And also what we're going to do then is promote the banners. So if you take your picture with the banner and you take a selfie or just take a picture of the banner and you hashtag Diakonia film on it and post it to any social media and show it to the person at the counter, you will get a cool piece of swag from the film, and you will get some form of a discount at the restaurant and or at the Allen Theater. Mancino's Pizza had said they'd be interested in doing something like that, and so did the Allen Theater, but I don't want to put anything out there until we lock everything in. But that way you can get a cool piece of swag, and you get a discount, and you can help support the film, and just putting it out there on social media to your friends is a huge help for us. It's really what we need now more than anything is people to spread the word, is for people to see things and go, wow, this is awesome, and share it and tell their friends, hey, this is happening local. It's really cool. And so that their friends look at it, because we need that groundswell, not just for the donor box so people can see it, but mainly like for the industry itself, because a lot of the stuff right now, they want you to bring your audience. They want you to show you have an audience. And if we can show that, hey, locally, this thing's hyper locally, it's very active, that's going to be a big deal for us. So we desperately need people to be sharing and liking and get behind this project. And then on the marketing side, we have a couple places we're interested in talking to say, hey, look, we're getting all these views. You're a local business. We're doing this local. We have all these local people following us, so that hopefully we could raise some of our money to finish the trailer off by getting some marketing money from local businesses so we can tag them and everything and, do the old sponsored by. So that's a thing too. And if you have a business and you'd like to get behind us and you'd like to see what we have to offer, please give us an email, give Erik a call, 917-520-0898. Yes, that's his number, and maybe it's not good to say that, but I think we're all right. You can email info@anubisproductions.com. You can hit us up on social media. You can do any of those things. Send up smoke signals. I'll probably end up seeing it somehow. But yeah, we need your help. And that's kind of where we're at right now, is setting things up. So the banners are ordered. They're being shipped here currently. They're supposed to be here by October 21st. So we're very excited to get them out and get them up and see if that starts to help raise attention. We've been putting out tons of pictures and behind the scenes. We've been working on getting our donor box figured out and getting that looking better. And I think we have it at a place like, it's definitely not looking bad right now. It gives everyone a good idea. We have an interview with me and Brock on there about why people should donate. We're also planning to send a letter out of inquiry, like a hello letter, and here's what our project's about letter, and a link to the donor box and the video we have for the donor box to churches within, a certain mile radius of Lebanon, because we're really focusing local. And what we're going to do is ask them if they could possibly just show our video and share our donor box with their congregation. And if people are interested, hey, throw us $5, throw us $10. That goes a long way for a project like this, and we only need $15,000 to really make this work. I mean, and keep in mind, that's $15,000 of approximately $35,000 to $40,000 budget. But because we can pull some favors and we can allocate resources to it without billing. I mean, Anubis Productions is covering the bulk of the production that normally would cost that extra, $25,000. So we just need that $15,000 to get us enough resources to put us over the top, and that's why we're really kind of stressing that. So one of our plans is to hopefully reach out to local churches where we can maybe find some people who are interested in helping us push forward something that is based in biblical, what some people would say folklore, other people would say stories. What I would say is biblical truth, because I believe in it, and we're really hoping we can maybe capture their imagination, and that's what this is all about. It's capturing people's imagination. It's letting them kind of see a world and hopefully understand that we're going to create this world, and it's a world that is very possible for is possible for a lot of people to grasp. It's possible for secular people to kind of latch onto. It's going to be neat. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a bit of a mystery. It's a thriller, and plus then we have like the cool powers, and it's just going to be, I think, a fun ride for everyone, and it's going to be superpowers shown in just a different way, which is something that's very popular right now. So that's another thing we're working on, and by the end of the weekend, we want to have that out and have that ready and be hopefully able to pass that on to, we have two great people that are working on that, Chris and Danny, who are really excited about the project and have been a godsend, and they have said they'd be interested in helping us get that word out. So we're going to pass that on to them. I'm, on the other hand, still cutting footage from the shoot we had at the Trinity Lutheran Church, the Holy Trinity Lutheran Church, which thank you again to Holy Trinity Lutheran Church on 7th Street. They were amazing. The church is amazing, and we're so thankful that we got to shoot there, and what we got there was great. Trinity, our actress playing Mika, was wonderful, and Brock crushed it on his first outing as talent, and and Jalil, who we have from Reading, he was amazing in his short piece he had. Now his big piece is coming up, and we're really excited about it. So his big piece, the big scene, and actually if you've looked on our social media, I have put out the trailer, and the trailer is going to get tweaked a little more. We are hoping to add a scene to it, but again, that depends on finances. So Jalil, his audition was just amazing, and he's actually the thread, his character is the thread that runs through the whole trailer. So it's him speaking to his people, and we're also looking for extras for that, and that's another important thing. If you know extras, we need to be under 30. It's going to be November 16th is our next shoot at the Boxy Warehouse. We're really excited about that. Brian Donovan has just been wonderful, and he's really open to supporting the community and allowing people to use the Boxy in interesting and creative ways. And we're gonna start tagging that at Lebanon Paper Box, and it's the Lebanon Paper Box building is actually what most people know it as, and I think what we want people to know it as. So we're pretty excited about being able to shoot there and being able to bring in some of that aesthetic, because the Lebanon Paper Box is just the coolest building. I mean, and it looks like just this great old warehouse looking building, and we're going to be able to have Jalil giving his speech, and we need about 10 or 15 extras that are going to be his gang. And as he's, giving his speech, we're going to have them, some will have close-ups and be featured, because we're going to have some reaction shots. Yeah, people are like, woo, because he's going to be really ginning him up in that trailer. And again, if you check out the script, you'll see what his speech is. But yeah, it's a powerful scene. It's going to be an amazing scene. It's the main dialogue scene, which is exciting, but at the same time, it adds an extra component because we need somebody there to do audio, and we have recruited a local audio guy, Jeremiah Gruber, who does great work with audio, with churches, and with film, and he's an experienced video person in general, and so we have him on board for that, and he too is helping us out with a super low rate, which we're very appreciative of, and he's going to be coming out to do that part. And then we are going to also then quickly ADR it, which is additional dialogue recording. We're going to actually then take Jalil over to our studio above the Art Council on Cumberland Street, and we are going to have an audio booth set up there so that we can record his audio clean, so that we have that then going into it. Because Jalil's from Reading, and we don't want to run him back and forth too much. He's very generously giving his time for a very low rate, and again, we're appreciative of that as well. So we have all this going on. We're getting everything set up. I'm contacting people about extras. I've been reaching out to Lebanon High School, which I haven't heard back from, but I would love to. If anybody knows a contact at Lebanon High School to their theater department, I called the school directly, was passed off to someone, and I haven't heard anything. We also contacted Cedar Crest High School, and I heard back from, I believe it was Amy Haynes, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, Amy. But they're actually going to have me in to speak, which was a little like, whoa, okay. Like, they asked if I wanted to, and it's a little weird because that's where I graduated from, and I was like, okay, sure, because she said a lot of their people don't have a real, they don't end up getting a lot of experience with film or what that is. It's, generally more theater. And I was like, sure, that'd be great. It was very kind of her to ask. So I'm going to be going in there, I believe the 27th, to chat with them. But we have one person from there contacted us that said they want to be extras. We're hoping to get others. I reached out to a local theater person I know as well, who deals with, I believe, Palmyra, and also Lebanon Valley College has some contacts. But if you know someone at Lebanon Valley College, we're hoping to get a hold of them and see if we can get some extras from there as well. So we're reaching out to the local places that we know of, and an attempt to get some extras for that scene, because it will be 10 to 15. And then from our auditions, we have two ladies from our auditions that are going to come out to be featured extras, because we're also going to be shooting an outside scene. So we're shooting the inside scene with Jalil, which is going to be his big scene. And then outside, we're going to be shooting the scene where Ulima actually is on a bus coming into town, and she looks over and she sees some homeless people sitting standing around a barrel that's on fire and like warming themselves outside of an industrial looking building. And we're also going to be shooting that outside of the boxy, and we're going to have Mika there, who is Trinity Hoffman, that we've cast as Mika. So she's going to be coming, and that'll be her second day and final day of shooting, and we're going to have her there. And then we have 2 or 3 featured extras, and we have arranged for people who came out for our audition for that, because we want to use as many people that came out as possible. And we actually are going to reach out to some of those people as well for extras. I just haven't gotten to yet, so I apologize if you hear this and then get an email from me, you'll know why. It's just been busy. And so we had everything set up, and yesterday I was getting my call sheet ready, and then I realized there was an immovable object on October 28th that I had no idea was going to be there. And I made a very hard decision, but I believe it was the right decision, to push the shoot off to November 16th. So now our second day of shooting is November 16th, the day I'm talking about. Was October 28th. Super excited. Everything was lined up. Just had to pull some more extras together, and then we had to redo everything. But sometimes that happens, and especially again when you're dealing with a project with very little money, you really have to just make things work when they work, how they work. So we have now reset everything, and as I said, I think earlier in this, November 16th is going to be the next day, and that can put off our third day of shooting, which is actually somewhat of an outside scene. So we're going to need a little help from the Lord to make all this work. Possibly, though, if we can get some investment and some marketing comes through, money comes through, or if anybody's interested in investing in the project, if we had more resources, we could then set those days up in November much closer together. Like, I'd have the time to do that. And that's something hopefully we can do, but we have to wait and see, because as of now, the donor box has brought in a total of 1 donation, which isn't what we were hoping for. But at the same time, we're still getting it out there. I want to thank LebTown. LebTown did a great article on us about 2-3 days ago, and we are very thankful for that and appreciative that LebTown is supporting local arts and the local businesses and just fulfilling its mission of being the best place to go locally. So we're just super excited about LebTown and that they did that article. So hopefully that'll maybe start to get some more interest going. It's really all about getting interest going. So now where we're at is I have everyone on board for the 16th. I believe there's still some people I have to nail down. But in the ways of things going and how things go, we're moving. I mean, we're moving ahead. We still have a lot of promotional things we can cut. Brock is going to start cutting some of the interviews from the auditions. Were just a lot of fun, and people were great, and he's going to start cutting some of those, and we're going to start getting those out to you hopefully soon. I'm also going through some more of the set pictures we have so we can keep sharing these fun pictures. We have more rough cut footage to put up for you. We're really trying to just put out as much as we can so everyone can see this stuff, check it out, be a part of this. If you have questions, thoughts, give me a shout, send me an email, comment on one of our blog, many places that this podcast is at, or on the YouTube this is on. And we thank everyone for all your support. And I think that's where we're at in general at the moment. It's hectic, it's crazy, we're getting there, but it is what it is. So, hey, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Please, please, please share the podcast, share our stills, share our pieces of footage we've shot, tell your friends, talk about it, I'd say around the water cooler, but I guess that doesn't happen anymore. But however you communicate with other humans, if you can get on our Instagram, share our Instagram, at LinkedIn, friend us on all this stuff. And thank you so much. We just need to get this going. We need to get people excited, and we need you. So have a great day, and we'll get another podcast up sooner, I promise.
The Diakonia podcast. They walk among you.